Welcome back, guys, to my Manchester United rebuild. And what better time to come back? We're getting close to Christmas, and it is Derby Day. We're going to be in Manchester City next. Well, first of all, we are getting close to January transfer window. Bit of good news on that front. The board has kindly given me a bit of a budget, £45 million. So it's something for me to spend, a bit of money that I can maybe improve, probably in the defence, because there's a few players like Harry Maguire now asking to leave because they're not really playing. So it gives me, unlike in the summer, it gives me the ability to maybe bring in a player or two. Probably thinking more towards next season. But thinking about all the different players that maybe I do and don't want to bring in. Probably from next season. The goalkeeping situation is an interesting one because, well, you'll see. Just watch. Yes, as you can see, despite the fact that we actually are doing extremely well in the league, Onana is frustrating me a lot lately. His ability, and let me just have a look. His ability to rush out, his rush out tendency being 15, is causing a few incidents and a bit irritations, and his stats are absolutely fantastic. So it's alright me considering bringing a new keeper, but it'd have to be one hell of a keeper to replace him. However, you just saw those blunders. You saw those moments where he just goes a bit erratic and just does something absolutely stupid. And quite frankly, it can be frustrating. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on. Maybe not in January, but going forward, that budget does give us the ability to maybe, like I said, bring in a new defender. Who knows? We're still struggling to sell anybody. No interest. I know it's only early, but I'm starting to put feelers out. Nobody's interested because everybody gets paid a ridiculous amount of money. So again, we'll have to just play it by ear on that one and see how we go. In terms of how we've got on since the transfer window, obviously I wanted to play a good chunk of the season, so we really got into it. A Champions League group, we did go through with flying colours in the end. Obviously, we did have that pretty average start against Feyenoord, but it does appear like we've gone and won every other game since. And I'd say quite convincingly, to be honest. We've really improved, done well. Which apparently is a stat. So apparently it's an achievement ahead of 1 year ahead. I managed to get ourselves advanced in the Champions League because, as I said in the last episode, the standards at Man United seem to have dropped. The fact that it's an achievement to get out of a Champions League group just says all it needs to say. But nevertheless, I'm bringing those standards back. We got through with flying colours, and we've still got a game to play, I believe. We did, however, go crashing out of the Carabao Cup. Now, I know it's definitely one of those, as I suggested in my first series of FM24, which feel free to check that out, which is my Tottenham, one season with Tottenham, and I managed to do surprisingly well. On the beta save of this, feel free to check that out, guys. But in this save, the first season, we did get crash out against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, and quite frankly, we were just disastrous there. We didn't do well at all, and yeah, it is what it is. We're out of one cup, we've advanced in another. The season's still open for us to finish fantastically or with nothing at all. And just to add extra bit of spice to the Derby Day, it wasn't that many games ago, but we were looking to be 7 or 8 points behind Manchester City. But we've really gone on a run. Like I said, we have only lost one game this season, which is to my surprise. Erling Haaland there, 14 goals ahead of Rashford, who was second. Who, by the way, has been an absolute star for me, playing on that left-hand side. He's absolutely been the golden player at the moment, really coming into his own. Finally, scoring plenty of goals, scoring big goals as well. But what this game does is this is a top of the table clash. If we can win this game, we go above them. If we lose, I kind of feel like it's a free hit. because no derby day is a free hit. We must have to go for the game. We must possibly win the game. But we're not expected to win the title this season. I'm surprised we're even where we are. I'm happy as to where we are, but I'm really, really surprised. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get into the very reason we are into this episode. It is the Manchester Derby. It is Derby Day. Let's go finally make the City red again. So we have got a few injuries going into this game. Varane is going to be on the bench. However, he is slightly injured, hence why he's not starting. So Harry Maguire, even though we have just agreed to let him go, however he goes, I'm not too sure. He comes into the starting lineup. Same with Reguilon on the left. I'm pretty sure, as you can see, Luke Shaw is injured, who's been really well for ourselves. Our right back with Dalot, Wan-Bissaka again, slightly injured. There seems to be a lot of injuries kicking about at the moment. Onana in goal. Hopefully we don't see anything like those clips we've just watched. Casemiro in the middle with Mason Mount at the moment. Although Eriksen has been coming in and playing really well in that attacking midfielder role. Rashford has to start on the left. Sancho, the mainstay, on the right-hand side. And Højlund, the future of the attack of this football club, has to start up front. Just before we go any further, guys, I would really appreciate it if you are enjoying the series, if you are enjoying the episodes. The amount of views I'm getting, it's absolutely amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough. But if you would like to subscribe to the channel, it would help me out a lot. It would really push the video out to even more people who'd maybe like to enjoy this content. And also, like the episode, comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling about the game. Let me know how you're feeling about the team. Let me know ideas for January. Any suggestions in positions or players you maybe think I should be looking at. All advice is wanted. But guys, if you could please subscribe to the channel, it would be muchly appreciated. But enough of me waffling. Let's go beat Manchester City. Let's get straight into the game. We have kick-off. I am not going to mention He Who Must Not Be Named, because if any of you guys did watch the last series of Tottenham, I did mention a certain Manchester City striker's name. I did mock him ever so slightly, and he decided to score something like a first-half hat-trick against me. So it's not something that I'm going to test on this save. I've learnt my lesson. He's made his point. This is the first highlight of the half. Quite frankly, it doesn't seem like anything is happening. I have slowed it down a little bit. Maybe I'll speed it up just a little bit. He Who Must Not Be Named. And our goalkeeper, who possibly could be He Who Must Not Be Named, nearly made a mistake. It's pretty much straight out the blocks there. But it's relatively quiet start to the first half. If we want to be the better team, if we want to establish ourselves back as the best team in Manchester, as I did say in the first episode, guys, even I miss a little bit of the old Manchester United. It seems a bit sad, really, as to how far they've fallen. And this is what this says about. I'm going to get them back to at least the standards be where they should be. Not this, if you qualify, well done. It's titles. Fight for titles. It's what Manchester United should be doing, fighting for titles. Well, this is probably, what, the second or third highlight of the heart? You've got to be kidding. That's not a penalty. It's not even in the box, surely. No. What? I mean... So that's the third highlight of the half. We're at half-time. I'm pretty sure we've injured Alvarez, and we're down to 10 men. I mean, what? I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that information. So what do we do here? Because I don't really want to take Rashford off. So I guess we have to sacrifice Mount. Let's bring Varane back on. So this is what we're going with for 4-2-2-1. Yeah, we're going to be a bit outrun in midfield here. So not a great end to the first half. Obviously, it's very, very quiet first half. But we don't make things easy for ourselves, do we? Is that offside? So no penalties. So we do go into half-time, still at 0-0, but we are down to 10 men. To be honest, just look at the stats. 2 goals, 2 shots for us, 2 shots for them. Absolutely no XG. Quite frankly, they've had all the ball, but both of us have been absolutely miserable. Hopefully, for you guys, as much as anything, the second half is going to be a little bit more exciting, preferably in Mauer. So I have made it down a little bit basic. I have stopped the players from overlapping on the left and right, just purely because now we're outnumbered in the midfield. Don't want players pushing up too far, because we're already going to be left exposing the back. If we're then pushing our fullbacks up as well, it's just going to make things even more difficult ourselves. City will just counter-attack and boom, we'll be done. But a nice positive start to the second half. Quite frankly, as much as I have been saying the entire game, we have to go with for it. Considering the circumstances we need to find ourselves in, if we can get a draw out of this, I think I'll be rather happy at the moment. I wish Onana would be a little bit calmer on the ball and just sometimes just catch it. Like I say, if we can even get a draw out of this, I'll be absolutely buzzing. But I'm not going to sit back and just hopefully grind it out. We are going to go for it. We are going to stay on positive and probably live to regret the decision. Here they are still with a highlight. Harry Maguire clearing the ball there. Thankfully, that ball's gone out. Hopefully, we could do something with it now. I can't lie, this is probably the most boring Manchester derby I've ever seen. Ooh, I thought that had creeped in. It is just all Manchester City at the moment. They have got a few corners and a few attacks. They have sort of picked up with the shots and on target there. But you haven't really got much to show for it. We are starting to tire a little bit. Maybe it's time for some substitutions. Again, I wish I had more to bring you, but this game appears to be absolutely flat. So we have changed the formation a little bit. Brought another player into midfield to obviously get my bodies in there. Brought Dybala in behind the striker there. And hopefully it gives us a little bit more going forward. I know it sort of gives us no bodies up front. But realistically, it is just going to become a counter-attacking game now. Hoping we can see this out. City really haven't bothered us too much. They've had a lot of possession, but not a lot of done a lot with it. And I'm hoping if we could just counter-attack maybe just once, we can be a bit sneaky and nick this. But at the moment, they're definitely looking the most likely. I think what didn't help the entire game is that ridiculous red card from Reguilon, leaving us with no players. Dybala's done all right as well. He isn't a starter for us. Can we do something? Can Strad Larsen? Ooh, that'd have been fantastic. He's been a good player as well for us. Not someone I see being here long term. He's more, what are we doing? He's more of a short term fix in Larsen, but he's picking up a few goals. He's contributing efficiently, which will only drive up his market value, to be fair. It's a bit of a dud game. It's just a bit of a dud derby here. Nice to see Phillips actually getting a game of football there. There's Grealish in for Haaland. Great defending by Harry Maguire. Absolutely getting the most of Haaland in that situation. Come on, guys. We've got 5 minutes to go. Can we salvage this? Ooh, come on, calm down. Just don't make something stupid. If we can get through this with a draw, I will be absolutely amazed. We are really, really close. Can we not do something stupid now? Come on, guys. Yep. Are we going to celebrate a draw? Can we? Ooh. Thought we couldn't. Well, if you have made it to the end of the game, in probably the most boring Manchester derby there has been, Reguilon probably didn't help to that, we have managed to salvage a 0-0 draw, so a nice clean sheet there. And quite frankly, we dragged ourselves through that game. And considering the situation where we had pretty much 7 at the back and hoping we can counter-attack, I'll take the 0-0 draw. I'll take that. There's not a lot we could have done with that, to be honest. But interestingly, we do find ourselves after 16 games, only two points off top. Obviously, the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal do have games in hand, so they will close that gap. Quite frankly, think of the bigger picture. 11 points clear of Aston Villa, who are in 5th. We need to get top 4 this season. This is priority for me to get some more funding for the clubs to build itself back up. Quite frankly, after 16 games, I can't absolutely complain as to where we find ourselves. Knockout stages of the Champions League, 2nd in the league. Yeah, we got knocked out of Carabao Cup. We have got Southampton at home to play in the FA Cup, so we should find ourselves getting through on that one. But I think the next time I come back, guys, we'll probably play through January, get the transfers done. I'm hoping to spend this. I'm hoping to bring some more depth into the squad, some more players that are going to be here for the future, with the likes of Varane not wanting to be here anymore, Casemiro getting a bit old, Anthony trying to get rid of, long-term backup or challenger for Højlund. There's plenty of places in there, plenty of positions we can look at signing. If you look at the projection as well, obviously I did take into account that I do want to be bringing this down, so we are starting to make some money, not necessarily ending every season more and more in debt. But best way to do that, finish well in the league, spend wisely, win trophies. And that's what we're here for, guys. I really do apologise for the most boring Manchester derby in a long time. But best of all, even though we don't have 10 men, we didn't bottle it. We have come over with a 0-0 draw. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget, subscribe, like the episode, and hopefully I could do some magic in January and maybe win a trophy. If not, long term, guys, this club will be great again. See you in the next one.